Hey, welcome back to the Garden Hutch. This is week 23 here on the homestead. We've got a few things that happened this week and we wanted to take a few moments and kind of show you what's growing on. So let's take a quick look. So last week we kind of talked about how our cucumbers are doing and how awesome they are growing, how fast, and what I might be able to do this weekend. Well, we had so many ready, so many pickling cucumbers ready for me to pull. I went ahead and made my brine. Brine has to sit over 24 hours in the fridge. So I got out my water, my vinegar, my canning salt, got it all ready to go. It was a great day. Mind you, this was Thursday morning to be exact. So by the end of the day, we come out and we kept noticing chickens getting in the old garden. And we were like, what is going on? How are they getting in? We had this whole thing fenced off. How are they getting in? A few weeks back, we found a black snake trapped in the bird netting, and so we had to save its life. It was still alive. Black snakes are good to have in your yard if you haven't done any research on them. They keep out the bad snakes. So here we come with snips. We cut it out of the bird netting and let it go so it can live its happy little life, and we saved the day, not even realizing that we had cut a hole big enough chickens could sneak in. So Friday morning, it comes time to pick. I come out here and all my glorious cucumbers that I was going to pick to pickle that day were gone. The chickens wiped them out. Come to find out, the whole back side of the bird netting, a tree limb had fallen on it, knocked it down. All the chickens were in here and we didn't even know it, and they wiped me out. That is the only thing they really destroyed were my cucumbers. I was livid, so mad. So now I have to wait another week to pickle because I have to have enough to put in a little jar. But I wanted to kind of give you guys a laugh. I know I talk about chickens and it's annoying. Yes, I am that crazy chicken mom. But for me, it's hilarious. I love these guys. Now you understand why I call them the flock of fury, because they always do something to make me so angry I just want to cook them and eat them. But I don't, because they're spoiled and they're my chicken kids. So there's your funny laugh for the week. Pretty exciting. But another thing we wanted to kind of talk about was how many green beans we got. So I'm going to take you over to the green beans. We're going to take a quick look at that. We have a visitor. So a while back we also talked about our green bean space. I love this space. I have been so fulfilled with our idea to put green beans back in the gardens. We haven't had them for a few years because we didn't have everything fenced off and the chickens would destroy our tiny little sprouts every time they came up. So this year has been a game changer for me. So you can tell there are some cucumbers that we need to get. Cucumbers, look at me. I'm still livid about the cucumbers. Some green beans we need to come out and pick. I have been picking for let's say a little over a week, about a week and a half. I've already picked 2.5 gallons of green beans. So what that means is we're going to be planting green beans every year. I love these things. They are one of my favorites. Jeremy loves his tomatoes. Cucumbers are kind of a tie between him and I. But green beans are my thing. I love green beans. Green beans on your salad, raw. You can just pick them and eat them right out of your garden. You can freeze them. You can can them. Pretty much you can put them in a stir fry. They're amazing. Green beans are so versatile. So this patch has been kicking major tush. Loving it. But let me tell you, we also pulled all of these potatoes up out of this whole space. And I planted more green beans. We have got 4 rows in here that are going to come up. We created like a grid so they'll have space to kind of bush out since they are bush beans. So this whole thing hopefully will be covered in green beans, and I'll get another round of green beans pretty soon. We also took the time up there in the top garden where we had pulled all the carrots. That's another story that I'll talk about here in just a second, but the carrot bed is a 22-foot long bed. We put 3 rows of green beans. The whole thing is going to be green beans. So fingers crossed, we're going to get well over 2.5 gallons out of these 2 beds since we planted them. And then, of course, once this round finishes, we're going to plant again. We're going to see if we can get a fall crop of green beans out of here. Who knows? Maybe it won't be too hot this summer, and we'll be able to get tons and tons of green beans. So I had to share that with you guys. It's amazing. I wanted to come down here to the cucumbers and give you a glimpse of what we're talking about when I say about yay size. So this is about the size that I would start picking to make my pickles. And the reason being is because these will fit nicely in a pint-sized jar. You want to fill that jar and pack it full. And of course, when you get them this size, it promotes more growth. And next to it, it's going to be a whole nother cucumber that's going to be coming up. But let me show you kind of an idea of what my cucumbers look like when I'm done pickling. And this is a slice jar that I did last year. And it's a 1/4 pint, but it's pretty great. I go in, I pour my brine over there, and then I put in my garlic. Usually I use wild garlic. The wild garlic has a more creamier flavor, which is awesome. And then of course some dill, fresh dill in there. You want to put 2 sprigs. And of course there's the magic ingredients that help it crisp up, which is the cream of tartar and the alum. So I'm not going to give you guys my recipe because it is kind of sacred. It's been in the family and I've passed it down. This is, I would say, the 4th generation of the pickle recipe. So I could just say that these are the most amazing pickles you'll ever eat in your entire life. And if you've had my pickles, you would agree. So as I shared before, we pulled all our carrots. Carrots were amazing. We got about 31 pounds altogether out of this bed right here. Again, this is a 22-foot bed. We had 3 rows of carrots put in there and they rock and rolled. It was amazing. We were able to freeze, I think, I can't remember, about 8 or 12 bags of carrots. So it came out pretty much awesome. But this is the bed where I went ahead and put in some more green beans. You can see we put those marigolds in the dead spots when we had the carrots in. Those things are kicking it too. We've got 2 big bushes full of beautiful flowers. They're really pretty. And then of course our volunteer tomato is way down there on the end, and he's doing pretty good. I'm thinking it's going to be a beef master, just the way the blooms have set on it. We'll see what happens with that guy, but thankful for that volunteer that popped up. But yeah, let's hope that we get a lot of green beans out of this space too. It's a great space for green beans, gets plenty of sun. Hopefully they don't get fried, of course, in the summer heat. I'm hoping it stays about mid-90s the rest of the summer. We'll see what happens. It is Arkansas. You wait 5 minutes, weather's going to change. But I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what the bed looks like after we pulled the carrots and what we've got planned for the green beans. So week 23 was amazing. We had a lot of good news with the green beans, the carrots, the potatoes, some downfalls with the chickens and my cucumbers. The Garden Hutch would not be what it is without the menacing chickens that we deal with daily. They just put the icing on the cake, so to speak. But all in all, it was a really great week. And hey, I got my brine ready and you got to see a jar of my pickles. So be on the lookout for that. And I'm gonna definitely take you on a trip when I pickle my first jar. It's gonna be great. But on a closing note, I just kind of wanted to leave you with some peace while we hang out with the butterflies, the bees, and the gorgeous flowers that we've got framing this top garden. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe. We enjoy you coming along, hanging out with us for a little bit, and just kind of giving you a taste of what's growing here at the Garden Hutch. Till next time, we will sit here and chill. Catch you on the flip side.